talk about that yet. We gonna get to that when it's time to get to that. We got to start off with these Commanders, man, coming off an impressive win over the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe, how far do you think Jayden Daniels can take the Commanders this year? This year, not next year, not in the future. I know you said the future is bright, and it may be bright, right? It may be. Might agree with you there. But as far as this year, right now, how far can your boy take the Commanders?
Hey, look, before I answer that question, my man Dave said, someone break those shades. We know it ain't the last place 49ers. That's all I know. The last place 49ers, that's all I'm saying. All right? But shout out to my boy Dave with the $1, $2 super chat. You know, let me get on one time real quick. Let me get on one time. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where we at? Where we at? Hold up. Let me turn up for one time.
Turn up.
All right, he want to turn
up.
Send that audio to the 49ers. So hopefully they can turn up the wins. That's all I gotta say. But I'm feeling good, AJ. I don't know what it is.
Hey.
Your boy's sober. Your boy's sober, but I'm high with these 2 wins. You know what I mean?
Hey,
like from 38 points, we looking good. But listen, man, how far can Jayden Daniels take us? I would say, honest opinion, NFC East champs. This is like we talking about the ceiling, all right? NFC East champs, you know, and obviously anything's possible, but first round, make it into the second round, divisional round. I can see that. Kind of like a CJ Stroud type year, right? See, what concerns me the most about this team is the defense. If you watch that game or you watch any game we play, although we scored on 17 straight possessions. 17. Think about it. We scored on 17 straight possessions. The first game we lost by double digits. Second game we won by 3 points. Right? And 3 points. Well, no, sorry. We won by 3 points, I believe, right? And we just won by 3, but less than touchdown again. So although we're scoring all these possessions, the defense is also giving up points on all these possessions. Don't forget, the Bengals didn't punt the ball also. The Bengals didn't turn the ball over also. So I am worried about the defense. I do think the defense will get better as the season progresses. My personal opinion, we don't have the personnel to have an elite defense right now. I don't think we have the edge rushers. I think our DBs aren't solid right now. We got a rookie. We're starting guarding Jamar Chase 101. I like Mike from Michigan, but, you know, he's a rookie. He's still learning, getting better. You know, he's more of a slot corner also. We had him on the outside yesterday. So we got some growing pains. St. Jude's, man, he shows signs here and there, but he gets burnt here and there also. And we also are banged up in the secondary. So I don't really trust the secondary at all. But the offense, come on, man. I mean, I say the future is here. I tweeted this. He's no longer the future, AJ. He's now. My concerns with him going through this, coming to see, I said 7 games. My concerns were rookie. I don't know how quickly he would adjust. You know, like rookies, everybody don't come out like CJ Stroud. So I didn't know how quickly he would adjust. But he adjusted well. When I look at his progression from game to game, game 1, what he do? Look like a running back. Look like a guy who didn't want to look downfield. Game 2, first half, same thing. Running. Then he got smacked to the air out of him. Come out the game for a play. He comes back in. He sits in the pocket a lot more, start delivering. Game 3, AJ, this is what I'm most impressed about. Monday Night Football, prime time, going against the Cincinnati Bengals. We talking about Joe Burrow, 0-2, desperate, playing on the road. We know what Joe Burrow gonna do. Start off 0-2, go on a win streak. Happens every time. T. Higgins is back. Jamar Chase scoring the first possession, first, and then all that pressure, score every possession. We score touchdowns every possession until the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter comes, we kick a field goal. First field goal, we kick all game. We make it, right? Shout out to our kicker. 8 for 8 for the year so far, last 2 games. We found the kickers also. Shout out to Adam Peters. Man, 8 for 8. Kick a field goal. We're up by what? We up by 10? And what happens? The Bengals come right down and score in like a minute and 20 seconds. So now it puts pressure on us. We're like, okay, we can try to burn this clock out, give them a kick a field goal, play conservative, and give that defense no, that defense has been that we haven't been stopping all game. We need a touchdown. What happens on the first play? False start. First penalty of the day. Crowd going crazy. What happened after that? Your boy, Zach Ertz, catches the pass, fumbles. We recover it. But the crowd, Bengals going nuts. What my boy Jayden do? Man, Cliff, give me the play. What you waiting for? Give me the play. Third down, convert. Fourth down, we got a rookie, but we got a real rookie. We got a real one. We going for it. Convert with the legs. Convert with the arm. And don't 3rd and 7. Come on now. 0 blitz. I know I'm going to take the hit, but I trust my guy, Terry McLaurin, who I'm very happy for. Those are perfect dime. According to next gen stats, that was the most difficult completion in Commanders history, AJ. Do you know that?
Wow. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
At that time of the game, if he don't make that catch, AJ, we kick a field goal, Joe Burrow come right down the field, and we got to go to overtime probably. Come on now. And that's the most difficult catch also of the year. So the future, yes, we can get to those heights, like I said, because Cliff Kingsbury, I give him his props. And the playbook is not even open up all the way yet. It's great. Like, that's why your boy try to make, I ain't going to say your name because you should never say what you said. I'm not going to give you the shine. But you said what you said, all right? And you said we got a college offense. Well, I mean, Terry McLaurin, man, you look like a college player. How about that? Because if we got a college offense, you must have got a high school defense. That's all I got to say, all right? I'm not going to say his name, give him all that credit. But we're gradually over. Okay.
I had to. My bad.
I didn't realize you had an Eagle shirt. That should have worn my jersey. You know? But, so I would say that. I would say that we can potentially win the East, you know, but I still got the Eagles being the favorites to win the East, obviously. But I think as far as like heights, East, and then second round.
You crazy. You crazy. I got some numbers to throw at you. So, Jayden Daniels, first 3 games of his career, 664 yards, 171 rushing yards.
Woo.
We're gonna do a little bit of a blind reveal, like how you did last week. You know, I ain't got the graphic, but y'all bear with me. Okay. I got some more numbers to throw at you. This is in comparison to another. Now, remember, I said 664 passing yards, 171 rushing yards, first 3 starts.
Okay.
That's quarterback A, which is Jayden Daniels. Quarterback B, 747 passing yards, 198 rushing yards.
Woo!
You want to guess who that other quarterback is?
Woo! Let me guess. Is it Jalen Hurts?
RG3.
Okay. I like that. Okay, I like where you going down. I'm ready for you. Go ahead.
No, ain't even going there. That's his ceiling for his rookie year. RG3. First round, up out of there. I think that's what his ceiling is. If I'm not mistaken, I can't exactly remember if they won a division or not. Maybe you remember that or not. I can't remember if they won a division that specific year, but I remember them going into the playoffs. RG3 did go into the playoffs hurt that year. He wasn't 100%. Maybe if he was 100%, they win that first round matchup against Seattle, but he wasn't. He was banged up. If I'm not mistaken, he didn't even finish the game. I could be wrong in that though. I think that's the game he re-injured that knee, if I'm not mistaken. But nevertheless, won some games, played phenomenal for the most part all season long, up until the injury. Even when he got hurt, still continued to play phenomenal and made the playoffs. I think that's the ceiling. I think, like I said before, they can win 9-10 games. I think the highest they get is the 2nd seed in the division. They potentially make the playoffs as a 7th seed, and they are tough out in the first round. That's where it's at. That's where it's at, though. And the reason why that's where the line is, you said it. That defense. Basura. Garbage. Trash. It's awful. It's awful. And we all know it. These boys are ranked 29th overall right now. They're giving up 29 points per game. And I don't see that changing anytime soon. Now, I know they're looking at bringing in X. We'll see if that works out. I saw that, rumored. We'll see if that works out for him. We'll see what X has left in the tank. I do think he has some juice left. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at the secondary. I'm looking at the defensive line. I'm looking at everything in its totality. I think it has a lot of potential. But overall, Jayden going to have to put up 27, 28, 30 a game. And I have faith in him. I'm high on him. I think he can do it. But to ask him to do this 11, 12, maybe 13 times, depending on where the Cowboys and the Eagles fall, it's going to be a lot to ask from a rookie quarterback. People again. I expected. Let me put it like this. I expected him to be good. Now this a 91% completion percentage, leading the league in completion percentage. Like I didn't expect all of that. I will admit that, but I did expect him to be good. I said off the record and on the record, it's going to be hard for defenses to game plan for him. You don't have much film on him. You don't know what the speed is looking like right away. You haven't gotten a feel for the accuracy. You haven't gotten a feel for the arm talent. You just don't know. So it's like throwing a shot in the dark right now. But as the season progresses, he's going to have his highs. He's going to have his lows. And the problem with the Commanders is if you play anybody else but the Giants, for the most part, you got to be on high. The moment you're on low, it's probably an L because this defense is giving up 29 a game. So that's why I say, reasonably speaking, I like the future for the Commanders. I've said that before. I do think they have potential to make the playoffs. I think I had them finishing 9-7 and just barely missing the playoffs. But it wouldn't shock me if they made the playoffs, was a 7 seed, and was a tough out for whoever is that 2 seed. But when I look across the landscape of the NFC, it's very early, but I expect the 49ers to be around. I expect Philly to be around. I expect, Detroit to be around. Well, actually, no, I think I predicted them to miss the playoffs. I expect now. Bears. I might have been wrong about the Bears. So I've been wrong about the Bears.
Early, AJ.
But yeah. We might be off in that one. But I expect other teams to be around at that spot that are going to make it tough for him to advance beyond the first round if they make the playoffs. But I think it's a reasonable ceiling. I think it's a reasonable ceiling for him in his rookie year. To expect to win the East, though, even at the height, you tripping. They ain't winning the East. High ceiling or not, they ain't winning the East. But I do think they make the playoffs at their peak. And at their basement, I think you might have been right. I think they get 6-7 wins. But that's at the basement. I don't think they do that. I think either they get somewhere in the middle or they reach that ceiling of, making the playoffs and being a tough first-round exit. I think they'll be out of there, but they'll be tough, nail biter. You got to move the ball down the field and score that last field goal or that last touchdown and put them away. That's how I see the Commanders right now.
Okay. Let me revisit what you said first. You said I'm tripping. I wrote that down. I'm tripping. All right.
Yes.
But then you turned around and compared this to the RG3 year. I don't know if you remember, we won the division that year. Circle. Okay.
Correct. I said I could have been wrong. I said I could have, I couldn't quite remember. Eagles wasn't the Eagles at that time, but keep going.
And also, we had the second worst defense that year. Second behind the Broncos. We gave it the second most yards that year. Made the playoffs. And also, if RG3 never got hurt, we go to second round. Don't forget, we scored on the first 2 drives. We went up 14-0 on the Seahawks, and RG3 got hurt on the scoring drive. And then he came out the game. Kirk Cousins came in. We tried to put him back in the game, and he immediately got hurt. And we haven't scored. We didn't score after that. And we lost 24-14. So who would have said if RG3 was healthy, we beat the Seahawks and we go to second round and play the Atlanta Falcons. But it's neither here nor there. But like I said, our ceiling is winning the NFC East. That's a legit ceiling. I can see that. I definitely can see that. Because yes, y'all can win 12 games. Y'all can win 13. Y'all can win 14, 15. I don't know, right? But y'all haven't shown early so far that, it's automatic they're going to win 14 games. It's automatic going to win 13 games. Y'all struggle all three games were losable. All 3 games so far. Y'all did play some good teams. Y'all played the Packers, who are looking good, who haven't lost a game since. Y'all did play the Saints, who made the Cowboys look like the Panthers. And then y'all played the Falcons, who, lost a close game to the Chiefs, lost to the Steelers, but they beat y'all. So y'all haven't looked dominant also, and y'all also have some holes in y'all pockets. So I do think the ceiling is the East. Now we won't know until we play each other. Obviously, we won't know that. Yeah. But we see each other Thursday night. We're going to get there one day. You know what I mean? We're going to get there one day. Too bad Unfazed on Tuesday. We had almost a whole week to talk about it, but it's okay. We're going to get there.
We're going to get there.
I do think division winning and a first round win is definitely a ceiling. Probably higher than that, but I'm going to chill.
See, this is the thing, though, when it comes to the NFC East. That year in the NFC East, you're right. They won the division. They was 10-6. The Giants was 9-7. The Cowboys was 8-8. Philly was 4-12. It's a different NFC East, bro. I don't think 10 wins gets them the division. I think 10 wins gets them in the playoffs, which is what I was on the brink of predicting. Like they 10-7, but I just ultimately couldn't push myself to give them that 10th win. Full disclosure, I had them losing last night, right? So, okay, maybe that's the 10th win. Who knows? But at the end of the day, the reason why I draw the comparison is because in ways he reminds me of RG3. His playing style in ways reminds me of RG3. I do agree. If RG3 doesn't get hurt, a different conversation for sure. But at the end of the day, when you look at the landscape of the NFC East, like I said, the Eagles aren't a 4-win team. If Dallas looks suspect, they're not an 8-win team. The Giants ain't even a 9-win team. You know, they're going to be at the bottom at the end of the day. So it's a completely different year, completely different season. I think they have potential. Don't get me wrong. I'm high on Jayden Daniels. If anything, that game against the Bengals made me even more high on Jayden Daniels and the overall positioning of the Commanders. I think in future years, you bolster up that defense, they're going to be a real problem. I still think there's a decent chance that, you know, they might get Philly one game. They might get Dallas one game just because we have not seen Jayden Daniels yet. We just haven't seen him yet. And that type of speed, that type of talent is tough to game plan for. But throughout the longevity of a season, he gonna need at least 12 games to get the division. In my estimation, at least 12. I can't see 12. Now, like you said, could be wrong. We get to the point where we see each other, I think November 14th or something like that. Can't remember if the game is in Washington or if it's in Philly. It probably won't matter either way. The point is, we gonna see about the Commanders. Dallas is gonna see about the Commanders. Y'all gotta see the Giants again. Giants gave y'all a run, right? So we're gonna see how it progresses. But you're tripping if you think the ceiling is the East. It ain't. It ain't. I'm telling you right now, it ain't.
I want to remind you that year we started off 3-7, 3-7, and then we pulled off 7 straight wins because they already had a system, whatever, with RG3 with the RPO. We actually invented the pistol in the NFL, but then we 100% went to that, and then we rolled off 7 straight wins. So it took time for us to adjust to RG3. Well, you see with Jayden Daniels, you don't see you see the switch already. You see the switch early in the season. We didn't see that with RG3. Now we did win the first game against the Saints, but then we dropped 2 games after that. Like I said, we started off 3-7. But this Jayden Daniels team, you can kind of see the switch early. So I do think this Jayden Daniels offense can be better than our RG3 offense. They did have Alpha Morris. Let it. I think he had 1,600 rushing yards. Something like that. It was crazy. Yeah,
he was balling. He was balling.
You know, but that's all because of the pistol with the Shanahans and all that stuff, right? With the stretch and all that stuff. But man, the ceiling is definitely the East, man. Like, I mean, come on, man. Like, we're gonna get to the Eagles, but don't act like y'all the daggone Buffalo Bills.
I literally wait. It's not just about the Eagles. I'm bringing Dallas into the equation too. They the defending NFC East champs. And while we gonna get to Dallas for sure. I'm just saying, bro, it's at the end of the day, what Dak say? If you're gonna jump off the ship, jump off the ship. Like that, Dak and Dallas is gonna have something to say about the division. They do every year, whether we like it or not. They got something to say about it. They usually hand it to the Commanders, to be real. Dak usually go off against Philly.
With no quarterback.
That's true. That's true. But that defense, Dak's still going to do his thing against y'all defense.
You mean
y'all? You say what?
Oh, you talking about our defense.
I'm talking about y'all defense. Yeah,
Dallas defense.
Nah, I'm talking about Washington defense. He's still going to do his thing against y'all defense. So it's probably going to be another shootout, right? And also, I also want to say this. That defensive line is a question mark for Dallas. But if they get y'all to 3rd and 14s and 3rd and 15, 3rd and 10s, Micah Parsons and the boys coming off the edge. One thing I did notice about that game last night, the Bengals weren't getting no pressure. They looked like Philly week 2. They weren't getting no. They was chilling. He was back there. Oh, I see you. I see you. Hey, I see you. Let me tweet about my game real quick. I think I want to throw for a 91%, completion percentage real quick. Matter of fact, let me text Joe. Let him know I'm finna throw a touchdown right now. Turn the game on. Like he had all the time in the world. That ain't the same down the distance against Dallas. So again, I'm a Philly fan, and I think you got to worry about Philly. I also think you got to worry about Dallas. I'm just saying. That's why I say it's gonna be tough to win. I think the ceiling being that high his rookie year, given the landscape of the division, is tough. But we'll get to Philly and Dallas in a little bit. We'll get to them in a little. I just got to like you said, Joe, listen, real quick before we move on. I know, bro. You said we not used to being here, man. You know what I mean? We're not used to being in this position. That's why I got to pop out with the shades and the jersey. I feel you. But see, listen. As somebody that's been in that position before, right? somebody that's seeing a little bit of recent prosperity, right?
Okay,
I gotta let you know when it's like, hey, bro, let's reel it back just a touch. There's like you gotta develop, you gotta grow it a little bit. You know what I mean? It takes a little time. You ain't just jump into the division crown right away in a tight division. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Bright future. Y'all got a future, not the now, but you're gonna get there.
Okay.
So, you know, y'all might not even have that. But anyway, you
know. Okay.
You know, we gonna see. We gonna see. You know
we're gonna get y'all. But yes, sir. Before we move on, I do want to give a shout out to my boy. I will put your first comment up, but it's a family show. All right, my boy Isaiah. All right, shout out to you. Appreciate you for tuning in. All right, and you know, we gotta talk about the losing